protocols acknowledged. Before I begin, I am asking for your honest participation, inclusive of the incubatees and everybody else in the room. Raise of a hand if you have ever gotten a lovely, like a great business idea. Yes? And keep your hand up if you actually allowed fear to keep you from executing that idea. All right, thank you. You can put your hands down now. My name is Tiphanie Smith-McLynch, and today I want to tell you the truth about innovation and where it actually begins. When I started my business in 2018, I didn't feel brave at all. I started in my mother's kitchen and in her living room, and that was after coming home from my 9 to 5 at the time, which was, I was working as a medical representative. And I remember the day I decided I was going to begin. I was working in Westmoreland with my colleague, and the first step I wanted to make was to create my social media platform, which I wasn't really into social media at the time. So for me, it was a big hurdle. And I remember standing there with butterflies rumbling in my gut, literally sweat flushing down my face, and a loud internal conversation that said, "You're not ready, you don't know enough, and this just isn't the right time." But I kept waiting to feel ready, and the readiness never actually came. So what I did was to start anyway. And let me be very honest with you, I didn't start with abundance. I didn't start with investors. I started with 25,000 Jamaican dollars and a lot of internal conversations, knowing what I wanted for not just myself, but also my family, to create a legacy for them. Many people believe ideas fail because of lack of money or lack of resources, but most ideas fail not just because of that, but because of hesitation. Ideas don't need your permission, they actually need movement. And I'm speaking directly to the incubatees. And incubation begins when you stop asking yourself, am I ready? Innovation begins when you start asking yourself, what can I do with what I have right now in this moment? And that leads to my second mantra. Start where you are and perfect it along the way. So whatever you have now, use it as is and perfect it along the way. You don't need to start big. Lasco, for example, never started big. Mr. Chin, I used to work for Lasco Distributors. Mr. Chin started Lasco in his, I think it was his garage. And he had one secretary who stood by him for the entire time. So you don't have to start big. Every big business started small. And what you need to start is honesty. Now I want you to actually participate. And this, I would love for you to share, but you can choose not to share it also. So I'm going to ask everybody to participate in this activity. If you have a pen, I want you to take out a pen and a piece of paper. And if you don't have one, it is still powerful thinking about it. So you can feel free to still participate. Okay, so I want you to write down one idea you've been carrying with you. Just one idea.
Business.
Yes. That's what we're here for. So one business idea. So not the perfect version of that idea, not the polished version of that idea, just the idea as it is. And now under the idea, I want you to write one sentence of fear that has been holding you back. One sentence of fear. It could sound like, I don't have enough money, I'm not qualified, what if I fail? Just one sentence of fear. And this is not a weakness, this is honesty. Everybody's finished? All right. So now I want you to draw a line under the fear. And below that line, I want you to write a sentence. Starting with what I have, my next step is. And I'm hoping the incubatees are doing this activity, even internally, if you don't have a pen and a paper. So starting with what I have, my next step is, and finish that sentence with one small action, just one small action. So think about it. If you're not writing it down, think about that one small action. Not a big leap, just a step. Okay, so now I want you to circle that step. That is your innovation in motion. That is what start where you are and perfect it along the way looks like. And this is how we ignite ideas. So I want for you, if you'd like to share what you have circled with the room, you can feel free to do so. 1 or 2 persons I'll take at this time. Would you like to share what you had circled?
Louis, I saw you writing, man.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to start up back my. I'm just.
You're not trying to surprise us.
So I'm going to open. I want to open a 24-hour turf sports complex in Mandeville, where persons can come and pay to use the turf, and then I'll have a bar and grill on it as well.
Okay, and that's very powerful.
Yeah, because
that's
we don't have that in Mandeville.
You don't. Yes.
One that's it's not.
Yeah. So that's very powerful. Anybody else? One person? No? None of the incubatees?
I have as you go a world-class spa. I don't have enough money, which might cause me to fail. Starting with what I have, my next step is showing up every day with even baby steps.
So I want you to keep that paper, and because ideas don't die because of lack of brilliance, they die from lack of movement. And today you actually moved. Today you wrote on that paper, that piece of paper, and that is movement. All right, so let's talk a bit about innovation. We often think innovation means creating something new, right? But innovation actually is not always about novelty. Innovation is making something better, improving something. So for example, you're going to be opening your spa, you have your mobile spa, it's making it better than it was before. I want to leave here today, and I want you to remember this one question. What is one step, not next year, not someday, but this week, that you will take to move your idea forward? So not tomorrow, not next year or someday, but this specific week, what is that one step you're going to take to move your idea forward? That idea you wrote down, that idea you thought about, I want you to think about that. And remember, innovation does not require perfection. It requires participation. Start where you are, perfect it along the way, and above all, Carpe Diem. I thank you.
Please keep the round of applause going. I'm going to invite Miss Roberta Morgan to come and give the vote of thanks on our behalf. Such a welcome and very receptive presentation. Self-care is indeed very critical.
Good afternoon, everyone. Alright, so Mrs. Tiphanie Smith-McLynch, we would like to sincerely thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. One powerful message you shared with us was to start with what you have and perfect it along the way. And you reminded us that every business starts small, right? But consistency, vision, and determination, it can grow into something else. You also reminded us that innovation is not about impressing people, but about creating impact. And of course, impact that solves problems, adds value, and makes a real difference. Your words have inspired not just me, but all of us, and motivated all of us. And we are truly grateful for your guidance and encouragement. Thank you once again for investing in us. and for sharing your knowledge and experience.